Jane here, and boy, do we have a story that makes you stop and think. Imagine this, a billionaire with a whimsical touch of authority gets to poke around our treasury systems. Think that's a recipe for disaster or a brilliant overhaul. Let's dive right in.
And to think this all started with Elon Musk's so-called crusade for government efficiency. Right now, federal judges are cringing at the idea of Musk's team busting into the Treasury Department's payment systems. Bold move or reckless threat, Jane?
Let's not beat around the bush, Echo. This reeks of an unfiltered, messy cyber risk just waiting to happen. It's one thing to call someone a disruptor. It's another to let them dance through the heart of America's financial secrets. What was Musk thinking?
Well, there's no denying the security concerns here. The judge was crystal clear about the risk to sensitive information. Imagine if foreign agents take a peek.
Yeah, and it's like rolling out the welcome mat for China and Russia. It's not just bad judgment, it's potentially national security suicide. What in the world convinced the new Treasury Secretary?
The funny thing is, Musk himself knows a thing or two about cybersecurity, especially from his work with SpaceX and Starlink. But the blatant access with minimal oversight, it's uncharted territory. And that's being generous.
Exactly, Echo. You'd expect tight security checks, not a free pass to one of the country's most targeted systems. I mean, why the rush to slip past rigorous vetting processes?
You have to wonder what radical transparency, as they call it, really means in this context. Transparency's great, but not at the expense of playing roulette with sensitive data. How do you think this will play out?
Mark my words, it's going to backfire unless they tighten the reins, and fast. The rest of the world would love nothing more than to leverage such vulnerabilities. It's insanity to leave our gates ajar.
But maybe, just maybe, there's a silver lining. With all this media spotlight, maybe it'll force some much-needed scrutiny and reforms in how digital access is handled.
The optimist in you always finds that silver lining, doesn't it? It's just infuriating knowing our